This is Holly with woodlandshits.com, and I have Jane Minarovic, the festival director for the Inspire Film Festival that is going to be coming up in February of next year. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. So tell me what this festival, like, how did you come up with this Inspire Film Festival?
I was at a film festival about 2 years ago with some girlfriends, and it was in Colorado. We just went to kind of have a good time and see a few movies. And the first one we went to was called Land Philharmonic. And it was a documentary, but it's just a beautifully shot, very entertaining documentary about a man who comes to work on a giant garbage dump in Paraguay and sees that the children living around this dump are not able to go to school and that their lives really don't have a lot of hope. This man is an engineer, but he is also very interested in music, and he teaches these kids how to play instruments. At first, they can't find instruments, and they actually make them out of the trash.
That's amazing.
And so he develops a full orchestra. That probably happened 4 years ago, and now that orchestra travels the world, and playing these instruments made from trash. And they raise enough money that they came back to their village and built a school, and now the kids from the village can go to school without paying fees.
That's amazing. What a great story.
It really is, and it sort of just blew us away for the rest of the weekend. We just sort of were very silent, but in a good way, and just kept thinking, I would love to help these people out. I wish there was a place I could donate money to, but we tried to find them online. There was just not a great structure set up. But it was the kind of story that just made your heart open up. And it was funny, and we cried, we laughed, we left with a big smile on our face. And I just thought, I wish my friends in the Woodlands could see this film, but it would never make it to a Cineplex.
Sure.
It's just not that type of film. And I thought, how can I show this to them? And it took me about a year, just kind of mulled that over and realized that the Woodlands, the way it's growing and the way it's set up, is just the perfect place to host a film festival. Sort of been working on it for about a year and a half, and now it's actually going to happen.
That's awesome. So you're actually going to be having, where are the films going to be played?
We are centered around Market Street and the Waterway. Our opening night will be actually open and free to the public, and it will be in Waterway Square at that pavilion outside.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We will show a series of short films so that you can just kind of walk by, watch a film anywhere from 7 minutes to 30 minutes long. These are really, really interesting little stories. We're hoping to bring in some of the subjects to be there mulling around in the audience also. Then Friday night, we're going to show, that'll be the kind of main opening night. We have a giant room at the Woodlands United Methodist Church that we're setting up as a movie theater.
Nice.
It's a 1,000-seat theater. We're showing my favorite film. It's called Becoming Bulletproof.
Okay.
And then starting Saturday, they'll run all day at the Cinemark Market Street, the Cinemark Tinseltown, and also a different room at the Woodlands United Methodist Church.
Perfect. So this festival is actually, it's a 3-day festival. It's February 23rd through the 26th?
Yes.
Okay.
4 days actually if you count the Thursday night opening night.
Okay. Awesome. A lot of the films that you're going to have at the festival, you're actually going to tie in a nonprofit organization to go along with the film. Is that correct?
Yes. We're trying to find something local that coincides with each of our films. For instance, we have a film about a really beautiful film about veterans. I don't have all of that set up yet. I have people working on that, working on putting together the panel discussion. We'll have the filmmaker of that film, and we'll also have the 2 veterans that are in the film.
Nice.
And we're hoping to give back to the community in whatever way we can. We're trying to give back by giving them exposure, raising awareness, and hopefully even a monetary contribution. We're also setting up on our website a place where after you see the film and you see the panel discussion and you're just incredibly inspired, you can click on that and you can get more information immediately. You can find out how to volunteer, and you can also find out how to donate
Nice.
right then and there.
That's awesome. So how many films are, I mean, I know this is in February. Do you have it locked down as the total amount of films? Like how many films are going to be played?
We have around 10 films,
Okay.
and we're going to show each one twice. And we made the decision to not kind of dilute that by adding more films, because
Sure.
the ones that we've picked are so good that we want to make sure everyone gets to see them. So by showing them twice, if you can't make it Friday night, you can see it Saturday afternoon. And we have a few empty spaces because we'll be attending Sundance Film Festival in January, and hopefully grab a few from there.
Okay. That sounds amazing. So there are sponsorship opportunities, within the community
Yes.
to help sponsor this event. I know there's various levels. One that kind of stuck out to me that I thought was a cute name was the tissue sponsor. So tell me a little bit about that.
I think this is the best one. Because of the nature of the films, you will tear up, especially men. Actually, this is funny, but whenever I meet with men and tell them the stories of some of these films, these true stories, they always get a little sniffly. I'm having some small tissue packs made, and they will be handed out by volunteers.
Nice.
Because you will need them in the middle. Not at the end. You will leave each film with a big smile on your face.
And that's, I was just going to bring that up. You had mentioned earlier that every single film, you have a smile on your face, and there's always a good, happy ending, and there isn't a cliffhanger.
No.
Yeah, so that I appreciate that. And, the fact that we were talking a little bit offline that, this type of festival is going to be really awesome to bring the entire family. Like, this is completely like family friendly, G-rated, and it's just inspiring all these I would love to bring my kids and inspire them. So I think when you came up with the name Inspire Film Festival, I think it was brilliant.
Great. Yeah. The main body of the festival will be probably better for teens and above, just because of the subject matter.
Sure.
There won't be anything in there that is offensive, but I will have a program on Saturday during the day, a little earlier. That will be more for kids 12 and below,
Okay.
or the more family-friendly movies.
Okay.
Absolutely none of the films would, again, be offensive, and you could bring a child. I just want to make sure that we're hoping that each theater fills to capacity, and that there's actually leftover people to go. Then they move on to the next movie.
Sure. So we were talking also. You're actually working on your own documentary that's going to be coming up soon. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, my daughters have been fortunate to be in this program through the Telluride Academy, where it's called the Medbutts Mystery Theater Troupe.
What? That's so adorable. That's hard to say.
They got their name because the initiation is a hike up a waterfall, and you have to slide down.
Oh, that doesn't sound like
Telluride.
an initiation to me. That sounds like fun.
It is fun. And also, they're not mysteries. I don't know why they call it that, but it's been going for, I think, 30 years.
Wow.
There's a summer program that both of my daughters have done, and then there's a program in April called Mudbutts International, which has been going on for 21 years, where they take 12 American kids, and they go and stay in a village somewhere around the world. They have been everywhere that you could think of.
Really?
Everywhere in South America, Vietnam, Turkey. They actually went to Czechoslovakia, was their first one. 21 different countries. When my daughter went, we went to a place called Cat Island, which is actually in the Bahamas, but it's the most kind of primitive island. And this year, my younger daughter's going to the Tibetan Children's Village, which is in northern India.
Yes.
They're staying at an orphanage and working with children there. So
Wow.
I just talked to so many people who had participated in that program, and it was unbelievable how it changed their lives. Going as a 13-year-old kid, getting on a plane with a bunch of kids, your parents aren't there, you have to live, in a village with some strangers and the kid that you're working with, and learn how to eat their food and learn their customs from the inside out. And one of the coolest things was on our trip, there were some girls who had, their curling irons and everything packed, yet ended up staying at a house where there were spiders on the ceiling, and it didn't even freak them out. They didn't complain about anything. All they ate was conch shell, pretty much, and there were no complaints.
Nice. Wow. What an amazing experience. And not only, well, obviously for both parties, but I could see that building a friendship that lasts
definitely,
forever.
Definitely. And now with cell phones, they build friendships with the kids in the village. A lot of times it's 2 languages. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they perform a play with the village in 2 languages for the village. They build the sets together, they make the costumes together. It's just a really beautiful opportunity. But my daughter, who went to Cat Island, just is in constant contact with the kids there.
That's awesome. So you actually developed this documentary based on that experience. And, when this gets released, I mean, this could help promote that foundation greatly. I'm being educated right now about this organization, and I would love for my daughters to get involved in something like this, and I know a lot of families in the Woodlands would love this as well. So thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
That's amazing. So I want to tell the listeners again, it's the Inspire Film Festival here in the Woodlands. It's going to be February 23rd through the 26th. Where can people get more information, possibly get tickets, that type of thing? Where can they go to get that?
Our website is inspirefilmfest.com.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, Jane, thank you so much for coming in and raising awareness about this amazing organization and this festival. And, I'm really excited to partner with you on this awesome journey.
Great. Thank you very much.